Hi everyone, it's Danielle with Northlawn Flower Farm. I am really excited to make this video for you today because it's a video I've been preparing for about 2 to 3 months. And it's how to propagate Monstera Deliciosa. And if you're anything like me, you just love to surround yourself with big, beautiful houseplants. But you know, that can get quite expensive. So what I like to do is buy one big mother plant and then just go ahead and propagate it as much as I can, really. And Monstera is really easy to propagate. There's a lot of different methods that you can use, but the one that I like to use is just the easiest and the one that always seems to work, and that's water propagation. So I'm going to walk you through the steps, show you close-ups, and then show you a cutting that I took 2 months ago, and we're going to pot it up together. So you're going to take a look at your mother plant and take a look at the stem, and what you're looking for is a node, or basically a place where the aerial root is going to stem from. And right under that node, about 2 to 3 inches, you want to take a cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right now. There we go. Here's my node, and now all I have to do is place this cutting into a few inches of clean water and place my cutting into an area that gets bright, indirect light. And I also like to change my water about every 2 weeks. But really, you can just basically forget about it at that point, and the roots are going to form. Now, let's take a look at a cutting rather, that I took about 2.5 months ago. So you can see, here was the aerial root. I cut a few inches down from there, and now it has this wonderful root system, and it's ready to be potted up. So there are really 2 things to think about when potting up your Monstera. First, make sure that your pot has drainage holes. The number 1 reason why people might lose their Monstera is due to root rot. And if your pot doesn't have any drainage holes, rot is going to set in. And then just be sure not to use a pot that's too big. Once again, what happens there is rot, because your pot is so full of soil and so big that the roots can actually drown in that pot. So let me just show you now how to go ahead and pot this up. So I'm just going to take some standard potting soil. I'm using Fry's potting soil. That's a soil local to me, but certainly I would recommend probably Espoma Organic just as a general soil. I like to wet down my soil a little bit before potting anything up. If you use soil right out of the bag and it's totally dry, once again you get a lot of settling, but if you moisten it slightly first, that doesn't happen. So just go ahead and put my soil here in my pot. Of course, I'm going to make a mess, but that's the fun of it, right? Now I just go ahead and take my cutting. I filled the pot up about halfway here. I'm just going to go ahead and bury the roots. And this is the fun part, right? This is what we've been waiting for months. And I love doing this too, you know, for friends, for family. It makes such a nice gift, and it really shows the person that you thought about them. You thought about them ahead of time too. You know, go to the effort of propagating a plant from your home and giving it to them. I just think that's such a nice thing to do. So, you know, make a mess, pot it up. And that's really all there is to it. Now at this point, I'll go ahead and water it in. I'll make sure that it stays evenly moist for the first month, but make sure once again not to overwater Monsteras. As a matter of fact, once they get older and bigger like this, I let them dry out about 1/3 to 1/2 the way down before watering them. And just in general with houseplants, you always want to be watering more in the active growing season, which is spring and summer, and less in the fall and winter when they're more dormant. But guys, that's really all there is to it. And just look how many Monsteras that you can have from just purchasing one healthy mother plant. So I really hope this video was helpful. If it was, I hope you'll give it a like and share it with a friend who might enjoy it. I know I have so many friends that just love houseplants as much as I do, and I just want to share the joy of growing with everyone. So until next time, happy gardening. Bye!